Hey, this is JT and welcome to G Club. Today's video, I got a special guest, Matt "TheCutter" Newburg, who actually co-hosts the MegaHaulin Podcast, as well as runs the Facebook community for Star Realms. So, back in 2014, he created this Facebook group that runs a ton of tournaments, and I was able to join around that same time early on, and had just a great time getting to know a lot of the members there in the community, as well as getting to play in a ton of tournaments and have opportunities to up my game, so to speak, in Star Realms. Right now I'm a level 14, which is nothing like my buddy here, Matt, who is in like the 60s somewhere, and is way out of my league in a lot of cases as far as being able to rank up in the in the matches here. But a phenomenal guy. I love chatting with him online, and he was able to do something special for us at G Club, where he's actually going to play against me, and this is going to be his side of the recording, where he's talking through his decisions, as well as just trying to teach you some of the basics of Star Realms, as well as some of the strategies and tactics that he uses when he plays. So, without further ado, I'm going to have you jump right into his video, and here you go.
This is Matt Newburg. I play Star Realms as TheCutter, and this is a recording for G Club, Jason Taylor's outfit, and we are going to be playing a game of Star Realms. Star Realms is how I met Jason. I'm very involved in the Star Realms community online, and in fact put up the Star Realms fan-created community site, where we convene, and really that's sort of the hub of the community. And Jason was very early in that group. He found it, not sure how, but he found it very early in the first summer, late 2014, and has been a great member ever since, participating in tournaments, just being a general nice guy. So we're going to play, and I understand that the G Club channel viewers, this may be your first look at Star Realms, so we're going to kind of talk about it from a high level, but the game is fairly deep. It's a deck builder, and we find enough strategy to, in fact, have a podcast about it. I'm part of the MegaHaulin Podcast that discusses strategy and everything else that is Star Realms, so feel free to check that out. And in the meantime, you can enjoy our game here with Mr. Taylor. We're going to accept his game, and we'll see that he has sent the challenge to me in the core vanilla set. So that's the easiest entry, $5 to play anybody, or you can, in fact, get that for free to play against the artificial intelligence and try it out. So we're going to accept that challenge. Like I said, my in-game name is TheCutter. And starting off, you'll see, in fact, if you're a deck builder fan, or have even just played deck builders like Dominion, the Legendary series, there's a number of them now. This is a one-on-one deck builder. And this is our opening row. I've got 5 cards to choose from that I can purchase in the main trade row. In addition, there is a default Explorer option if I either cannot purchase or do not wish to purchase anything in the row. And we're going to start off by playing a Scout. That's one of my 2 types of starter cards. I have 8 of them. They are purchasing cards. And we're going to buy this Trade Bot. Trade Bot, very good card. Allows me to scrap, and we'll talk about scrap here a little bit. I use my 3. I don't have any damage to deal. We're going to end the turn. So, like I said, deck builders, if you're unfamiliar, it's going to start each of us with 10 starter cards, each of the same starter cards. 8 of them, the Scout that I discussed, that allows you to make purchases. The cost is indicated in the upper right hand of the card in the trade row. That tells you how much you need to pay to purchase that card. And here's what deck builders do. The purchases that you make go into your discard pile. So when you shuffle, they become part of your deck to be played in subsequent shuffles. So we're going to see iterations of our deck evolve and grow throughout the course of the game. Some games can be very short. You may only see 3 or 4 versions of your deck, cycles, if you will. Some can go long. Some can be longer defensive battles. There is life gain, authority, that's indicated in the blue cards, the green icon. You can gain life, so games can go longer, and you may see 8 or 10 or more iterations of your deck, cycles, again, if you will. So Jason is deciding what to do. He pulled 3 purchase power, and the other starter card is the Viper. He has 2 in play. You'll see I have 1 in my hand. That's simple damage. We each start with 50 authority, and damage is going to come off of our authority. Further, damage can take down bases. We don't have any bases in play yet. Bases will be part of this game. Ships entirely right now are in the row, but bases are horizontal in layout and stay in play rather than be discarded at the end of the turn until your opponent destroys them with the damage that Vipers and other cards will do. So it looks like he bought 3 cards. Very nice. Very nice start for having only 3 purchasing power in his first turn. Getting, 2 shuttles. So very nice. So, okay. So that tells me he's looking at a little bit longer game plan. We're going to try to outspeed him. We've got what I talked about in my purchases, scrapping. Scrapping is what will allow me to remove these starter cards from my deck. That is an important element of Star Realms. So we're gonna play our cards. We've got 4 purchasing power. We're gonna get that Blob Destroyer, one of my favorite cards. And Blob Destroyer deals 6 damage when I play him. And further, if I play another green card that same turn, or have a green base in play, if it can essentially see a green partner, the same turn that he's played, I get that additional ability. May destroy target base or may scrap a card in the trade row. Very powerful. Two really nice abilities. So we're going to see if we can pair that later. That's my purchasing for the turn. I've got 1 damage I can deal, so we will. We'll end the turn, and you'll see that my deck is now going to shuffle, and the cards that I purchased during that first iteration of the deck are now going to be in play and benefit me. So Star Realms, it was released in, I believe, early 2014. There was a list, I think I saw that somewhere said December 2013, but the app came about in July of 2014. And it was very well received, having won many awards from different Board Game Geek, Dice Tower, all of these organizations known for helping people find quality games helped push this as one of the best of 2014. And it's hard for me to think any differently. Full disclosure, have played more games on this app than anybody. I think we're around 22, a little over 22,000. So that may seem striking, and it is. Okay, so here's what we're doing. That bot that I bought that I said can scrap, I'm deciding whether I want to already, I think we're going to get rid of a Viper, and it removes it from the game. I will not draw that Viper again. That is the importance of what that missile bot is able to do. again, 2 damage. Now, I would get 2 additional damage if I had played a red card that turn. It's too early. Didn't have any others. I do incidentally have another bot in the deck, but they didn't see each other. That's okay. So I get the 2 damage and the scrap. Again, the Destroyer gets me the 6 damage. I don't get its combo, but that's still heavy. 8 damage this early. Can't make Jason feel great. And we'll move on. So, as we said, shortly after the release of the digital app, we did get the community up and running, got White Wizard Games on board with that. They brought in their people, and over time, people just started finding it, and now it's got nearly 2,400 players listed. I think we're up around 900 in-game names registered in the list. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be trying to outrace Jason here. Oh, he did get that Dreadnought. I didn't see that. He put together... Yep, he paired some nice resource together. So now he's kind of in it too. Now, I don't normally like the chaos this early of the Stealth Needle. What the Stealth Needle does is it allows you to copy a card that you've played this turn, a ship. Knowing he has that Dreadnought, though, that makes me real nervous to leave that on the board. I don't want him copying a Dreadnought. That's one of the better plays in this vanilla early core set. Well, really one of the better plays even since. So we're going to grab it. I don't know that I have anything that we're going to feel truly great yet about pairing, except maybe that Destroyer. There's another one we could, in theory, sort of have almost like having 3 with that Needle in there. So initially we thought Jason was going to be going with a little bit slower strategy, acquiring resources, but now knowing he has that Dreadnought, he's back in the race, if you will. So we need to stay on him. We need to keep that pressure on. I'm not going to be buying really resource-based cards. So he has 5 to spend in his purchase. I think I'd be looking at the Battle Mech if I had 5. Battle Mech also has that scrap ability, which again would help him remove cards from his deck. But he also may be looking at not wanting me to have the 2 Destroyers to go with that Needle. So it's hard to say what he's thinking. Surely he's discussing it on his side of this as I speak. Yep, sure enough, he counter drafted it. He did not want me having. So interesting. Very nice. Now that puts me in a position. I could grab that mech, but that would cost me a scrap. I want to be able to scrap this turn. And this trade bot's going to let me do just that. So we're going to play it. We're going to scrap a card. Then we're going to grab another. And I think, even though we're still in the 40s and it may seem early, what I had said about a minute and a half ago is I was not going to be buying any resource-based cards. And we're going to stick to that. That's a big part of this game. Early on, especially if you're new to deck builders, it may seem natural and appropriate that if you have resource to spend, to always do so. And that's understandable. I mean, we're taught in a lot of different card games, you certainly want to be efficient with your resources. And there could have been an argument to purchasing an Explorer that turn. I decided not to, and the reason is every purchase you make does dilute the deck that you are actively building. And if I want to pair my cards together, like we talked about, with getting the combo benefits, if I want to see the good cards hit my Stealth Needle, I need to keep my deck as lean as I can. So he did play this card on me. I've got to choose to discard. Kind of difficult. I think we're going to discard a Scout. We're going to play that bot again so we can once again scrap from the hand. With 3 to spend, we're going to grab that survey ship. And I think while I'm not purchasing additional Explorers, I am going to keep that one through one more cycle. Okay, so good news. Good news. We're going to pair that Blob Destroyer with that Stealth Needle. Once again, to remind you, the Blob Destroyer, Space Turtle. He is a nice looking card to go with a nice, effective card. Once again, 6 damage. And further, if I play a green card, I can also destroy a base if there is one, and a card in the row. And row manipulation is very important because it helps you clear junk out. It also helps keep cards that you know your opponent might benefit from, maybe that are outside of the colors you're playing. Helps punch those out. So the reason we're looking at that again this turn, we're going to be able to combo it. We're going to play this first with the Stealth Needle, which again, we're going to look at that. It says copy another ship you've played this turn. Stealth Needle has that ship's faction in addition to keeping its machine cult. So this is great. This is one of the more fun plays in vanilla. We're going to play it. We're going to copy that Blob Destroyer. And now you'll see I've got 2 Blob Destroyers and my damage has jumped. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to use one of these to punch out, again, the cards I don't want JT to get. You know, I think we're going to actually make the flagship. I don't think he seems that interested in that battle mech anyway, because he has had opportunities now to take it. But we know he's in yellow with that Dreadnought. We're going to get rid of that battle cruiser. And these, just like the cards that I scrapped using my bots, those are out of the game. Now we can see what Jason has going on. I think we're going to grab... Yeah. Okay. So we've each now gotten into the mid game. We've got decks with distinct personality. I've got red. I've got green and yellow. So scrap and damage along with some Stealth Needle tricks. And Jason has gone blue and yellow. And what's interesting is he can deal a lot of damage. He just did. Left me at 24. We're under half my life. But he is kind of at the mercy of his shuffle, because by not taking scrap, he has unfortunately not allowed himself to be able to remove cards from his deck. So each card he does add will add quantity and further dilute. He'll see each of his cards a little bit less. And that's a big part of this game, and that's part why red and scrap really is, it's a machine cult. That's one of the 4 factions. It's the red highlight. It's their main ability. So Jason is thinking pretty hard here about what to do with his last 4 resource here. Again, knowing he doesn't have scrap, he's very cognizant of that. I'm positive. He knows that making ads could cost him at the end. Having a deck without scrap during those final key turns could leave you high and dry with starting cards. So we're going to keep on with our scrapping. This turn, in fact, we got both. I think we're going to scrap a Viper. No, I think we're going to scrap a Scout. So I do get the benefit now of each their faction damage. So it's nice. It tripled my damage compared to having just him or no damage with just just a little bot. Okay, so with 5 to spend, and we're pretty thoroughly in red, we're going to grab that battle mech. That has a little more damage without needing a scrap, but he has a card draw with a scrap, with a combo rather. So that's real nice. I think now we will get rid of our Explorer. Tied it up, 24 apiece, feeling good. Now, Star Realms, in terms of value, hard to argue it, again, for a very low price of entry here with the base set, $5. Forget that I have 22,000 plus games. The fact that you can endlessly play with friends, with strangers for just that $5. The game can addict you if you allow it, if you play enough. Or if you just choose to be casual and occasionally play perhaps with Jason or other friends from G Club. That seems like a very low price. If you do decide that you want to play face-to-face, you can do so as well. The base game is $15. I would recommend leaving it up because you probably will get a good amount of play. Okay, so he does have really our first base of the game in play. And that is a Barter World. And Barter World has a shield at the bottom that's telling you it would require 4 damage for me to kill it. There is another type of base, and we may not see it this game because each of us are playing somewhat baseless. That is an outpost that would have a slightly different looking shield looking barrier that would require me to deal damage to it before I could get past it and deal it to Jason. This one would give me the option. I can choose to deal damage to it. As a rule, it's dangerous to leave any bases really out there. It is blue and will combo his blue stuff. So to not deal 4 damage to it, but to let him combo 4 damage on one of his shuttles or something similar seems kind of backwards. So I think we are going to kill it. In fact, we're going to continue our scrap, playing both of our missile bots. That's very nice. That's a good amount of damage. Now, we've got 8 damage. We'll deal 4 of it to the Barter World, 4 of it to Jason. I think we're good. I don't think I need to grab. I think we're nice and thinning out. I don't think we need additional scrap. We're good to go. Now, in addition to the Star Realms community on Facebook, there is also a healthy group that convenes in Board Game Geek, mostly around the leagues that operate there. There are some very long-running, well-established, and very well-run leagues that go on operating through the forum system on Board Game Geek. I did play there for a long time, a couple of years, in fact. I don't any further. But that's something that also exists. The competitive scene online is very healthy. They have hundreds of people in those leagues. In addition, our tournaments in the Facebook group consistently get over 100 players in each. Some of them have had up as many, nearly as 200. So good hand here. He's going to force me to discard. Very easy at this point to discard a scout. While I was jabbing away, he dealt me some hefty damage. I am at 11 points. So contrary to him not having scrap, he was able to combo and find his stuff. And it looks like he shuffled, so he could do it again. In addition to the Dreadnought, he has acquired the Mothership. If you remember, we did see him take the other Blob Destroyer, so he has a bunch of damage. Okay, so we're going to play and scrap out what has to be getting to almost the end of our starters. The needle, once again, is allowing me to copy a card. We're going to copy that Battle Mech, giving us 2 of them, getting a draw from each, which is nice. We are going to combo our Destroyer with that little that blob fighter. We don't have a base to kill, but that's okay. I think we are going to scrap the Viper. And we're going to deal Jason 24, which unless he drew a whole bunch of damage on the spin around, I have to think we're feeling good. Because we'll draw a bunch of damage, and we did. We knew that because we scrapped out. We trimmed the fat. We got rid of all of my scouts. All of them. And Vipers. We've successfully scrapped out all 10 of my starter cards. So traditional good strategy says that's if you can do that, you should win the game. But again, Jason just making nice purchases, not worrying about scrap. If he managed to string together some combinations, his damage bearing cards, here's a draw. He's got 5 cards left to show us. He needs 10 damage. Oh no, there's 7 of it. What's he got? Well, he can scrap that Barter World for 5 damage. That is 12. And Jason is going to take this game. Nice job, buddy. Congratulations. And that was a very well played game of Star Realms. Guys, once again, my name is Matt Newburg. I'm TheCutter on Star Realms. If you do check it out, please check out the MegaHaulin Podcast. Again, it's on iTunes, Stitcher, maybe on SoundCloud right now. And check out Star Realms. Thanks to G Club for having me on, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, thanks, Matt, for joining us today, and thank you all for watching as well. If you have any questions about the game, please post in the comments below. If you have any questions, or man, you said, I should have done this, or Matt should have done that, put those in the comments below, and we'll certainly love to check it out and be able to interact with you there in the comments. Also, I do want to mention that I also did a recording on my side of this particular game, so if you want to check that out, I will also link that into the description below. Thanks again to Matt. Please check out his podcast, as well as if you're a Star Realms fan, please join that community. I'll put the links in the description below for you to check out. Would certainly love to have you there, and if you see me around, definitely say hi. Well, with that said, my name is JT, and you've been watching G Club.